Hello. Just balanced my phone in a bush, so I'm hoping this works. I am Esther Hogg and I go to the East Site, and at the moment I'm in Acts because I'm going through a series by Phil Moore on YouTube called Scattered People, where he goes through the book of Acts, which I'd massively recommend. So I'm in chapter 17 at the moment, and I'm going to read from verse 16. It says, "Now while Paul was waiting for them at Athens, his spirit was provoked within him as he saw that the city was full of idols. So he reasoned in the synagogue with the Jews and the devout persons, and in the marketplace every day with those who happened to be there." And I was struck by just that first verse, that it said while Paul was waiting, he was waiting for, I think, Timothy and Silas to come. And while he was waiting, he was just observing and seeing what Athens was like, and his spirit was stirred within him. Now it was known as being a city that there were lots of idols and false gods. They also had the altar to an unnamed god just to cover their bases, and he sees that, and then his spirit's provoked within him to do something about that. So he just starts talking. It says with those who happened to be there. There was no God said go and speak to that person, and there was no I'm just going to plan this evangelistic event for a few weeks' time. He just started talking to those who happened to be there, it sounds kind of coincidence to us, but God already knew who was going to be there and who was going to be who Paul was going to be talking to, and that leads on to verse 26. So I'll just skip forward to that, where it says, "And he, God, made from one man every nation of mankind to live on all the face of the earth, having determined allotted periods and the boundaries of their dwelling place, that they should seek God and perhaps feel their way toward him and find him." That's a huge challenge and encouragement. It's an encouragement because, do you know, it says that where we live has been determined, but not only that, but where our neighbours live has been determined. So in their seeking, where it says perhaps they might feel their way toward him and find him, we get to be a part of that, and God intended for that. And I felt so encouraged by that, because I can often write myself off as I don't know that person well enough yet, or I haven't invested enough time in that relationship to start sharing the gospel yet, or someone else would be much better at that than me. But it's me who has been put to live alongside my neighbours, or to have the relationships that I have with the friends that I meet, and actually that there's no coincidence in it. There's so much purpose to that. And it's a challenge, because then actually, if God wanted those people to live alongside me and me to live alongside those people, and there's purpose in that, I need to open my mouth and I need to share the gospel. And I'm part of the royal priesthood. We are part of God's royal priesthood, which means we are there to point people, to show people that they now have access to God too, that we don't have to go through a priest anymore, that we can just go to him. And what is our purpose in being part of the royal priesthood, if not to lead other people to knowing God for themselves, knowing that they can come to him themselves. And yeah, I'm so grateful actually that I've read this before, but that, I wasn't challenged by it in the same way, to realise actually there is so much purpose in where we are. So I hope that has challenged or encouraged you as well. And yeah, just that's it. Bye.